Hello and welcome back to another episode of Riichi Mahjong. Today we're going to be playing our third and potentially final match in the tournament realm. We got this Riichi Mahjong tournament going on. I just played the last two matches. This is the third match I'm playing in a row. We finished second in the first match, third in the second match, and if we can get a first place in this match, we definitely have a chance to take it all the way to the next round. And let me just take a minute to look at this hand. We got some potential for some crazy stuff happening. But before that, if you've never seen this game before, it's called Riichi Mahjong. The whole entire goal of this game is to get 5 shapes in your hand. One of these shapes has to be a pair. The other 4 are groups of 3. They either can be triplets, like these triples of 5s, or a run, like a 2, 3, 4 in a suit. Once we get all those shapes, the last tile we need for our hand, once someone discards it, we can steal it from them and take all their chips. I mean, look, it's one thing to wait for 4 concealed triplets, but it's another thing to wait for potentially 3 concealed triplets and the best toitoi hand I've ever seen in my entire life, because this is just outrageous. If not for the 5s, it also may be full outside. I mean, it is just outrageous how fast we put this together. We're waiting on the north or the 9. These are tiles that are very likely to come out, and we're going to run it immediately. And I know they're mad about this. This is a good hand. It's just all triplets, but look, it had the potential to be much more than all triplets, so we had to go for it. But we drew the short straw there, but at least we drew a straw. We won that hand, give ourselves a lead in the dealer seat. Love to see it. Last game we had a few chances to go for toitoi, and we missed out on all of them. So I suppose this last hand was a bit of redemption. Anyway, yes, I said before I did okay in the last few games, but I'm really trying to lock in for this one and see if we can continue in the tournament. There are apparently 3,000 players that are allotted in. I'm going to be one of them. I don't know how many players are playing in the tournament, but ooh, the 5 we draw, that's definitely interesting. Of those 3,000 people, 900 make it to the next round. Now, I don't know what the threshold for the score is. I guess I'll just find out myself when this day ends. But we're going to try to go for it. Ooh, the 3 comes down. Let's take our shapes. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our weakest shape is actually the 1, 2, though, so we are going to discard it. The 7, 9s are slightly better, and we do have a very small chance for mixed triple sequence with the 7, 8, 9, especially with these 8s. So I will keep that in mind. The 5 is a decent tile to hold. But this is just going to be a Riichi hand, I believe. Maybe we can get there. Unfortunately, our shapes aren't the best. They're gut shot weights with the 8, but if we do end up drawing the 8s, we'll be in a much better position. I mean, we're not 1 away, we're a few away, but we can definitely get there. This 6, 7 improves the weight greatly. Definitely not going to go for what is it, mixed triple sequence, but actually we are a little close to 5, 6, 7. I mean, if you squint, like if we draw a 6 with a 6 of bamboo, we are quite close, right? So I think that's definitely something to think about. Don't need the 4 though, that's for sure. Anyway, I think I've been playing pretty decently in the tournament. I haven't really dealt into anyone. Maybe I dealt in once. I'm not completely certain. Do we ever go for that? I don't really think so. Don't need the 9 though, that's for sure. But yeah, the first game I got plus 15 points in second. Second game I got minus 5 points in third. Almost made a crazy comeback in the last game, but that's okay. The first game was actually a crazy comeback. It was a buy, man. If you missed it 2 videos ago, I would definitely recommend at least checking out the last hand, because I think it was the best hand I've ever gotten in this game. It was 10 Han, almost a Sanbai man with 11 Han, but pretty much we maxed out all the luck factors of that hand, so there's nothing else really you can ask for. East Wind does get pawned. A Riichi comes as well, and you know, I think this is a situation where I do want to fold. Unfortunately, I don't really have a good folding tile, which is unfortunate. I think I'm going to fold the 9 though. Seems to be safe enough. Let's hope that some of our other opponents give us more to work with. The West does not help. It is the Dora. Pretty bold of you to discard the Dora. 2 may not be safe, to be honest. I'm going to guess 8. It does pass. Feel okay with the 8. I mean, if I am going to complete this hand, I will need another pair, but not really what we're focused on right now. Do we ever call the 5? I don't think so. Red Dragon is safe. I mean, you could push this hand it technically is all simples for the time being, right? But not really in a position to push it, you know? I'm in the dealer seat. West Wind is a door. It's also a safe tile. I mean, you could have called the 5 there. You definitely could have. The thing is, like, what am I discarding? The 7? Let's push it. You know what? We're 1 away, and the 8 is safe. So the 7 was the dangerous tile that we got past here. Yeah, we're going to cheat the 4, 5, 6. 8's safe. So if we do complete the 6, 7 shape, which we would have if we did call the 5. Oh, we draw the 5 here. Now we're just waiting on the 5 and the 8, and this is an unbelievable situation. We called into an all simples hand that we can actually complete green dragon safe. Look, we got into Tempai for the exhausted draw. If we don't end up getting it, which is fine by me, last chance to call. We're gonna stay in Tempai, and we finish in Tempai. Love to see it. We got a little bit lucky not dealing in there, but I think we played the back half of that hand correctly, giving ourselves a chance to win the hand. But that's okay. We're gonna continue in East 1 in the dealer seat and see if we can make something happen. Again, we are in first place, not for long though. It's a long game, right? This is just the first few holes we're at, right? We might be shooting under par now, but that's not to say that we're gonna get some bogeys later on. Hopefully not though. If you don't get the analogies, it's if I deal in, it's a bogey. Okay, look, focus up. Okay, we drew the second green dragon. Nothing to fret about. You gotta stay locked in. I'm a bit energized right now. I just had some s'mores, and you're probably asking, like, Kyle, why are you just having s'mores? Didn't you just play your last game? Well, I had a little bit of an intermission, some would say. My apartment building is holding a bit of a fall festival, and there was some s'mores in the terrace. So I went down and had some s'mores, and then I come back up and ready to play some more Mahjong at a high level, as you can see. Hopefully I didn't curse myself there, but you know what? All right, this hand, it's looking a bit dubious. Of course, we have the white dragon, which I will call if someone discards it. East wind is called as well. North is going to leave next. It is a guest wind. But other than that, I mean, our shapes aren't looking that good. This red 5 is a little floating, and I do want to use it in the hand, so hopefully we can incorporate it later. 1-2 shape's not very good. This 5 is also kind of floating. This 6 does definitely help, though. I think at this rate, I'm going to be discarding the 8, because here's the thing. If we draw the 6, right, we're happy. If we draw the 7, we're happy. The only thing that would make me sad if we drew the 9, which we don't. I think at this point, you discard the 8. We still are looking for the pair with the white dragons being tripled. It's nice to triple them. It does mean we can open up our hand, though, without fear of retribution from the Mahjong rule book. Don't need to worry about all simples anymore. So that means if a 3 does come down, I could call it with the 1-2, right? But then again, you don't need to open up the hand. You can just stay close, have a Riichi situation. But we have 2 shapes already and really nothing else. So unless things change drastically, not looking too good for this hand in terms of completing it, but that's okay. Not every hand has to be a winner, and you just need to not have a losing hand, so to say. Anyway, the s'mores were very good. For the first time ever, I was able. The 2 is interesting. I think now we discard the 5. Please have it pass. At least it doesn't run. It does pass, though, which is pretty crazy. I think the first time ever I had a Reese's s'more. That's when you make a marshmallow, you roast it up. Yeah, I gotta play this safe. 7 is actually a pair, though, so this 8's actually a perfect discard for me. Unfortunately, well, this red 5 is actually a safe tile, which means I'm down to discard it and chase. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. It's a bad weight. It's a bad weight. But we do have a 3. There is 4 of them left. Unfortunately, it's near the Dora, but like at the same time, not really. I'm down the call here. Now, some would say, why aren't you waiting in Dama? Well, look, I've had enough about waiting with Dama, okay? Every time I wait in Dama, I just hit Sumo. Next time around, I miss out on a Patsu. See, exactly. This is what I'm saying. Every time I choose not to call Riichi, I draw the next tile. In this case, we got rewarded because we got Riichi, fully concealed hand, white dragon. We don't hit the Orador, but look, this is still a good situation for me. 4,000 points. And you know what? This is what I'm saying. If we get first place in this game, we are set up big time to win the rest of the tournament. So let's lock in. We got some good shapes here. Pair of ones, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. That's 3 shapes already. Our third shape with the 6, or fourth shape with the 6-8, actually. Don't really need a 9. All right, now we really don't need the 9. Right, we have 6, 7, 8. And we're just looking for another shape, but we have some avenues to do so. This is one of those avenues, actually. Let's discard the 1 here. I mean, now we're looking for a pair, right? We're 1 away, pair waiting. And, you know, it's kind of an interesting predicament because we would like this hand to be pinfoolable, right? I mean, this is a good situation. I'll keep the East because if I do pair it, I definitely will consider calling it if it does come out. But I think if I draw... Basically, the East might just be discarded anyway. We're 1 away, right? Pair waiting with a decent weight. East is safe. I'll discard it here. Riichi comes down. It's not looking too good, but again, it's one of those situations where, yes, I am 1 away. I'm going to chase again. I mean, I'm in the dealer. I'm in the hot seat. The 4 does pass. These players must be getting pretty mad at me chasing their Riichis, but look, if the flow's on my side, if the luck's on my side, why not keep chasing? It's not a bad weight. Unfortunately, it is just Riichi no Mi. But that's okay. We can hit an Oradora, right? I mean, it's not really about the point. It's about the mental harassment that I'm giving my opponents right now by winning 3 hands in a row in East 1 in the dealer seat, right? A third Riichi comes out, and look, that's a lot of Riichi sticks on the table. I can't lie. That's a plus 2,000 for me if I do win. That's the same for everyone. Will the 8 come out? 8 is the indicator, but again, the 9 is a little hard to use, especially with the 8. 5, obviously a very good tile, probably not going to be coming out, but then again, it's unfortunate also because I'm at least telegraphing, at least everyone on the table is telegraphing that they're waiting for the dots tiles. You see, it's not in anyone's discard, even through the Riichi. Now I finally discard the 7, and I'm scared about discarding the dots tiles because I believe that's what the other 2 Riichi people are waiting on. 3 comes down as well. Does it get called? Like I keep getting awfully close to dealing in. The 5 is dropping me, and it is Rond. And you know what? This is the price I have to pay for chasing with the Riichi. Hopefully it's not a big hand. I see at least a red 5. It is 7 pairs, 2 red 5s. It's a Mongon, which you hate to see it. You hate to see it. But then again, we're still in second place. We're not too far behind first. Our lead has diminished into the second place position, but obviously still a lot of game to play. Still East 2. Southwind don't really need, not until at least the second half. Let's take a look at this hand. We have a 3, 4, 6, 7. That's 2 shapes. The 1, 1, 3 is a shape. I don't think we're ever going to need this one, so let's hedge on the green dragon for now. Don't need this one as well. I mean, you could argue mixed triple sequence, but I would argue, why not just 3, 4, like 2, 3, 4 mixed triple sequence? Like, why you got to be so stingy? Northwind is the seat wind. I don't mind holding it at least for a few rounds. Green dragon might come out soon as well. The other floating tile is, of course, the 7, but it is a pretty good floating tile, so I definitely will keep it. 3, 4, 6 is a bit dubious. You don't really actually need the 6, so the 6 is floating. It's just a little less floating. Like, for instance, now we have this 3, 4, 5, 6 shape. Now, yes, the 6 is floating, but it's still part of our grand design. I'm not going to open up our hand here. And now we have an interesting predicament here, right? Because we're actually pretty close. Well, we're a few away, but at least our shapes are set in stone. They're cemented down. Green dragon, though, is called. Chi is also called. It's not looking too good. We end up pairing up our seat wind 1 turn too late. I'm a little afraid of Kami on the left. You know, they are in first place by a narrow margin. They have a green dragon. It really could be anything under there. The Khan comes out. You know, this is going to really help their Fu points. Do I ever call this? No, I think I stay closed. The 7 is the Dora, actually, which is interesting. I think at this point, the 1 is never going to be our pair because obviously the 7s are going to be the pair. Now I definitely have a reason to push this hand, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes. The 3 is a bit dubious. I think we discard the 7 here. It's our strongest shape. We need to empower our weakest shape, which is the 1, 3, 3. We'd love to see another 3. We'd love to see a 2. Right? We'd love to see a 4 even. And then these shapes are still good. And I'm still going to push this hand. The 2 comes down. We love to see it. So this completes our shape. We're still a ways away, right? We have 1, 2, 3 shapes completed. We need to figure out the 3, 4 or the 6, 7, right? Now the 6 is floating. Probably going to be discarding the 3, though. It's a bit safer. Again, we hit the 5. And this is the best case scenario because we have a triple-sided weight. It is actually the most pristine weight you can have. And I feel really confident in this Riichi. I've reached every single hand so far. Is it luck? Is it skill? Who knows? This is a really good hand. Double Dora, red 5. It is also Pinfu. No, it's not Pinfu. I'm pair waiting. No, it is Pinfu. I have the 7. I think it's Pinfu. Unfortunately, not all simples. We're 1 away from all simples, but so be it. We just have to pray that we do not deal in here. Now, I don't know if Kami is in Tenpai, and it's really no use for me to speculate now because I'm drawing and discarding no matter what. But I guess I can look at their hand to see how scared I should be. The 9 comes down, it's the Dora, and they run it away from me. Why would you discard the Dora here when obviously you should discard into my hand? Green Dragon, 3 Dora. They had the 9s. I would wait on that as well. It's a good hand from them. And this was kind of our hand to put us back in contention. Now, first place is way, way farther away, and I'm not really happy about getting second place again. But then again, it's only East 3. Plenty of game to play. And look, we have some more Doras in our hand this time. Double 8 Dora with the 2 9s as well gives us a little bit more flexibility, accepting the 7s as well. Of course, we'd love to call the 8 if it comes down, but very unlikely. Do we have an opportunity to go all simples if we do pawn the 8 if it does drop? And it's unlikely that it drops, but it definitely could. I think it's definitely something that we can consider. There might also be a toitoi angle, but not really. We have this 2 3 and the 3 5. These are good shapes to have. I think now we're very close, right? Let's discard the 5. It's still early. This does signal to my opponents that I have a very good position in my hand, but look at our shapes. We have 1 2 3 4 5, right? The 9s comes down and we don't pawn it. These 9s are going to be discarded. The 8s is going to be our pair, right? Fortunately, we can never call it, but we do actually complete it. So now we discard the 9. And look at our shapes. We're 1 away waiting for the 4. No, we still have the 1s. I made a slight mistake. The 1s we still need to fulfill, actually. I got a little too ahead of myself. It is okay, though. It's okay. It's not the worst situation, right? Because I don't know what we would have discarded anyway. We were still in the 6 shape situation. Probably would have kept the 5 if I'd known, though, to be honest. What we really need now, the perfect draw is to draw either the Dora, so we draw the 8 or the 1. That would be the perfect draw. The only other thing is if we draw the 4 to fulfill the 3 4 5, we would be pair waiting on a pretty decent I mean, it's not the best, but we would be waiting on 1s, which have a tendency to come out, especially with at least players of my caliber when they're really scrambling. The 2 comes out, and you know what? This is when you discard the 5, right? Because 2 3. And you know what? We actually do have a chance for a Senshoku. Would that make a big difference? Let's say we do draw the 1. We would just be able to Riichi. We would be able to Riichi on either the waiting on the Dora or the 1. Or we could discard. We could choose not to Riichi. And look, we get the 2. I think I'm down to take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. Look at this. We have a Senshoku chance with the 1 2 3, right? The 8s is still our pair. Now we're literally just waiting for the 4 5 and the 2 3. It's not a bad position to be in at all. We don't necessarily need the 2 though. Right? I think I'm down. It puts us slightly worse off, but otherwise we'd just be discarding the 2 and we're just in the same position, right? So I think this is actually the correct call. The 4 comes down. It is the Riichi. Do we have a good safe tile to continue on? This is actually the move, by the way. If we do call this and we're waiting for Senshoku, it's too risky though. I mean, I gotta chase the 9 safe. I'm glad I didn't call this, right? Senshoku chance, we hit the Senshoku Ipatsu. Oh my god, this would actually bring us back in the game. The 1 comes out immediately. Riichi Ipatsu Pinfu mixed triple sequence hits the 2 Dora as well. It's a HANEMAN. We don't hit the Aura door, but does it really matter? The game ends and I'm in first place. What an unbelievable hand. What an unbelievable hand. Match end. Why am I getting plus 0 points? Is like the time limit over or something? That's a little strange. Let's see what happens. It's supposed to show me the ranking. Okay, look. Matches played 3. My ranking 459. Hey guys. 459 is pretty darn good, right? I mean, especially since the timer is about to end. I'm very happy about this, and I think we're going to be moving on unless something changes pretty drastically. Right? We scored pretty well in the last 3 games. The log? Oh, this shows everyone's log. Yeah, look at this. This is a pretty good win. Anyway, I think that's going to be the end of the video. It's a very short video, at least for a tournament match, but fine by me. I can go into my IRL Mahjong now. Anyway, if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. Prepare to see more tournament matches in the future. I have to pay attention to see when the next part of the tournament is, but I'm definitely going to be participating in it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want. I'm trying to hit 30 subscribers. I'm at 26 right now. Thanks so much for the few of you that have subscribed over the last few days. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.